Welcome to the march of the Crusader. It's not my day off yet, but I have some extra time. So we're gonna make some progress. Maybe. My dog's pacing right in front of me. That makes it hard to focus. Here. Move. There you go. Alright. What are we doing? We gotta go kill... What's his name? Shenk? Shenk. We're almost done with this playthrough.
I can't carry anymore.
And then I'll be able to move on to other things. 44. This is... What about this? Ugh, yuck. Alright, let's keep going. Not like that. We're a ranger now. I finished my other game. I finished The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I would have done it for the channel, but we're just recording with the PS5 share button for now. I did a no map in dungeons or for the outworld, the outer world, the world. I used the map for the Tears of Light and those little statues that you manipulate with the rod. And if you haven't played the game before, maybe in Snow Peak, you wouldn't know there's a chest buried that had a key you need. But other than that, if you're observant, you're kind of fine with that run. The Temple of Time also has one in the room with the scale. Where if you don't look up, you're going to miss the key to the boss. Which I had to run back for. Other than that, it's not that bad. Alright. You can take that. Apparently fighting Diablo, I accidentally hit the right D-pad. Which is why I'm missing my giant rejuvenation potion. So whatever. Whatever, I guess.
Not in town.
We have a lot of tall runes. We can make a very poisonous bow. Excuse me. Alright. Oops. We need ammo. So I was thinking we need to hold on now. Get a bundle of these. So challenge runs are fun, but excuse me, I'm so sick. But if you ever look online for ideas for a challenge run, I mean, it doesn't seem like I don't know, it doesn't seem like people go past the idea of it just being a challenge. It has to, it has to complement what the game's trying to do. You look up, like something silly would be, look up a challenge run for Red Dead Redemption. And some people will say like, don't use the horse. It's like, well, that's ridiculous. How does that complement the game? Now you look at Twilight Princess, The Legend of Zelda, and when you get in a dungeon, the whole idea is to be observant. Now obviously the map and the compass, those are big items. I mean, they present them to you in a grandiose way, music and all. But no dungeon map, to me, complements what the game already wants you to do. And that's be observant when you're going through the dungeon. It makes sense. You got an action game. We got prick taking all that health off. You got an action game like Shadows Die Twice. And putting in a what would you call it? Restrictions to where you have to be more skillful at the action makes sense. It complements the way that game plays. Now, if you took a game like Skyrim, and in my opinion, if you made that harder action-wise, I think you're playing a worse version of the game now. I think that's annoying. You have to find some other way to make that engaging. And now we're kind of, you can call it a challenge run, but to me there can definitely be more to it. But at the end it should complement the game. Alright. Diablo, it's a gambling game. The map you get's a gamble, the loot you get's a gamble. And playing on hardcore, I mean, it just adds to the thrill of the gamble. Like when I was fighting Diablo, I didn't know the prick was going to be casting that as soon as I got up the portal. And it added to the experience. I might not have said that if he killed me, but I'm going to say it now. Yeah, it has to complement it. No stat, I mean, not using the stash. You know, it adds to that little, what the hell is the word I'm looking for? I don't know how to word it at the moment. It adds the Tetris you already play in the game, if you're putting items around. And it adds a little weight to your decision on what you're going to hold on to. Even, I mean, I've got away with holding on to a bunch of garbage, but I do think in a way it does complement how it feels to get items and stuff, as opposed to just having an endless stash. I don't know. I swear I thought about this before I brought it up in the video, but something about recapping what I was thinking about as I worked today and sitting down to talk about it. You know, I'm just not pulling it up quickly. It's kind of annoying, but this type of multitasking is a skill. We'll work at it. Or maybe we'll never get better at it, I don't know. But I'm gonna try. Get these enslaved bastards. Hopefully that coughing's not annoying or too loud. I'll try to cover. Yeah, people got a lot of ridiculous ideas for challenge runs that don't even make sense, and they're just annoying. You know, I used to, back when I played like Demon Souls. I mean, I still play Demon Souls every year, but you know, like Assassin's Creed 2 and Infamous, like I would 100% those games. And to me, that was like the next step to beating a game. But I don't do that anymore. I don't like a lot of the stuff they set up for you to do. It's like, why? Like, this isn't fun. This is a goddamn waste of time. It doesn't complement what I'm doing. It makes it feel worse. And challenge runs have been a way for me to complement how I already play the game. And I think that's like the next step, right? If you want to think of it like that. If you want to like cultivate what you're doing with your time and whatever piece of art you're going to invest in, whether it's a video game or a book. Hold on. Damn it, I shouldn't have not stream. I'm not streaming. I shouldn't have recorded today. But I wanted to open up next week for Shadows Die Twice right from the get-go. Because I already know I'm going to spend time changing my mic setup. I think it can be better without getting anything. Yeah, I figure you should set up your time in a way that's good for you. And to me, challenge runs help with that. They help just make playing video games more engaging. 100%ing did not do that. Made it worse. Now, there's games you can play where you don't need to do that. You know, the game's fine. But there's also a lot of games where, especially, probably more so if you beat it, that like if I'm going to play again, I need to change it up and see how I can push the game to see if it's better. Sometimes they're not, sometimes they are. Like, I would like to play Jack 2 on here. But when you're thinking about challenge runs, I mean, you can play on hero mode, which I wouldn't be able to do because I have it on the PS3. I'd buy it off the PSN store to record it here, but I'd start fresh. Just for the channel, I would do, no spin to win, because you can do that with that yellow gun. It's a waste of ammo compared to, actually picking your shots. But it does clear some rooms where they're flying around a little easier. But other than that, like, what do you do? There's not much I can think to put on a game like that. Or you got, like, the Donkey Kong countries. Like, I mean, I'm not going to finish something like that deathless. That would take forever. So what do you do to make it more interesting? To complement how you already play it. Any ideas? If I knew to, I'll get rid of one of these. They go over there. No, right there. Because there's dexterity charms here. But we're going to keep that one. We like the... Oh, it's just a little resistance. Look at that. That's not great. Anyways, when you hear other people talk about challenge runs, and it makes sense, just for making the game harder to play, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for. It has to be a reason it's harder to play. And it has to complement the game. Excuse me.
How may I be of help?
Now, as a kid, I always played Diablo on softcore. But again, as I became a teenager, a little older, hardcore really does make it funner for me to play. And it just adds to that. You can lose it all. Just a good old gamble. What did that guy give me? A bunch of runes? What do we get for freeing these barbarians? I don't remember. Oh, that is just... I could probably tank them, right? Eldritch, the creep. Get some use out of my shield and zeal. Alright. How many portals we got? 2.
Hello.
Oop. Whatever. 10 to 29. 4 life per hit. 12 to 25. Combat skills, don't care. That does zeal, right? That includes zeal. 4 life per hit, lightning resistant. No. I don't care about it. God damn it. I forgot to set my timer. Hold on, I gotta get arrows anyways. Okay. I'm gonna go out on a guess and say, what's it been? 10 minutes, maybe? Something like that. Do we care about the barbarians? I don't give a shit about those barbarians. I don't remember if they gave you stats or just runes. I don't care about the runes. You know what? We'll skip them. And then maybe we'll go back. Maybe. I don't know. I've seen some people viewing my videos, but not really anyone subscribing or nothing. But like, what do you think is like a good purposeful challenge run that complements the game and how you want to play it? I never played The Legend of Zelda without using the dungeon maps. And I'm sure for like A Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time, there'd be some real pain in the ass areas. Wind Waker, probably not. And anything after that, probably not. I don't know. I didn't play after Twilight Princess. Maybe Ocarina of Time. The Water Temple would be the hardest, right? But other than that, you'll probably make it. I don't know. Playing Twilight Princess without it just made the game better to me. And I actually beat it, you know, quicker than I had in previous playthroughs by hours. Obviously that's knowing the game already, but I don't remember everything I was doing when I went back to play it. It's just I knew where everything was because I wasn't going back and forth between the map and the dungeon. It just wasn't that bad. And it felt better to play. You damn rascal. You know, we could use a bow with better base damage. I wouldn't mind it. Not that one. We'll check with the store after. There's some barbarian. I wasn't gonna free them. All in the sake of time. I'm also imagining that you know, my future self will look back and maybe click through a couple of these, and that'll be my audience. But you never know. We're gonna make some improvements here and there, and I want to come more prepared when I make these as well. 'Cause, you know, I got the random topics, I think, as I'm at work through the day. Things I think about. And then be like, maybe I'll talk about that while I'm recording that for YouTube. Most of them I'm not going to, right? They're not all video game related. What do we got? 300. Oh, it's close. Oh, it tells you in the bottom left. Don't matter. Eat arrow, you bitch. I don't expect to die here. I don't really expect to die anywhere, but possibly at the area summit. You can always make a town portal if you're really in trouble, though. Oh, I don't know. I hate getting sick. I guess nobody likes getting sick. I was supposed to do a little run today. And in that regard, I don't mind being sick. Pain in the ass. But at the same time, the run, you know, you finish the run up and then you're good for the rest of the day. Nah, whatever. I don't want like a... I'm not on here to complain. I'm not even that bothered by it. It was just a talking point while I run through the frigid highlands. What's this? 2 sockets? You prick. Stop it. There's a person to shoot everywhere I look. I just want to see. Damn it. We don't want that shit. Now, I'm going to play Shadows Die Twice next. And then I'll probably play Jack 2. And I was debating, like, do you want any new games on the channel? Not really. I want to get a nice little set of games that I like. And as much as I like From Software games, you know, I don't know if I want to be... Like, I got limited time, right? I recorded extra this week, but the goal will be like 2 days in the week, at very specific times. And I'm already limited to... I can't pick a long game. Like, I would want to play The Witcher, but that shit would take ages. I want to play Stellar Blade. A new game, not New Game Plus, but a brand new game on hard, without any of the 4 gear slots, whatever they're called. I've done that before, and it was a real pain in the ass, but it's such a good game, I would do it again for YouTube. But boy, it did take some time, especially like, Raven kicked my ass for a couple hours doing that. She was very hard. Both of her forms. The second form for sure took a very long time. So I gotta play games I like that are not gonna be long ass games. And if I did play a long ass game, it will probably be The Witcher. Witcher 3 specifically. Alright, they're doing some weird shit. I don't know who's doing the aura, but he must be stopped. Like that, you peckerhead. Oh, it's this green feller. Making them all extra strong. Look at that lasher. We'll probably get 2 more levels before Bale, at least. 1 at the Area Summit, and maybe... Oh, it'd have to be 1 before, probably. Hey, I'm going through a lot of freaking arrows. This act has probably the longest beginning. I don't think any of the first areas in the other acts are quite... Like, these ones are longer. It's not hard to figure out where to go. What's this? No thanks, man.
Can I help you?
Yes. It says you repair, but... Where? Alright, let's see if he has... better bows. No. We want sockets. Oh, the belt. No, whatever. What are my boots? 9. No. Okay.
There is
We definitely want that. There's the socket. There's some runes. What do you get for killing this prick? I don't remember. Oh, you get to personalize an item. That's a level. That's the boss. Oh, my right leg fell asleep. This act is really great. I think it has some of the best music in the game. I believe they use it. The caves music, the ice caves, they use that when you played BattleNet and you're sitting. And I believe I swear they switched to Act 2's desert music. Which Act 2 and Act 5, best music, right? To me. The other acts are good too, though. Go ahead, fling your fireball, bitch. Put this arrow in your little imp head. Another enraged slayer. You gotta find your master. I never thought about the huge reference to slavery going on here. These guys are at least called slayers and not enslaved. You got the lashers over there. Yeah. I guess the lashers don't gotta be rare to do that. We want these arrows. Alright. Now you're slow. Oh. Listen, you freak. It'd be stupid to die to him. I probably wouldn't even say anything. I didn't say much when I did a whole thing after Diablo killed me, but I thought it was kind of boring, so I just left it. Better to be a surprise in the next video that I made a new character than record me doing it, show me doing it. Alright there, dickhead. A harlot. A Stygian harlot at that. You believe that shit? Alright. We'll get some defense going. There's a lot of magic going on here. Speak of that. Where's your frost brat? See? We should really get some better bows, I mean. I'm gonna look again once I get the waypoint. Or a point. Sweet. Alright, does someone else sell anything? He sells the mercenaries, right?
A Paladin.
And you free the barbarians, you can also get a mercenary.
Yes.
That's right. Alright, Larzik. That's all trash. Alright, hold on one second. I don't know how long that PS5 spinning that disc I left in there. Hopefully, I heard in the last one, one of them was annoying. Come on, lady, I need sockets. Don't you understand?
What do you need?
That doesn't reset them switching axe, does it? Oop. No, it didn't. But leaving and coming back, doesn't that reset them? Let's check it out. Let's see. Oop, forgot something. Harrogath.
What do you need?
It did reset them. Still shit. But a resetted set of shit.
Hail to you, champion.
Too bad I can't, like, place my order and have a couple of different bows in the next time I go there. That'd be neat. Would it be neat? How convenient do you want your game to be? Because you need inconveniences. You need things placed in your way. Shit, without an obstacle, can you even call it a game? I mean, they do. They kind of lump a bunch of shit. They lump a bunch of things with that terminology, but I don't know. You can't just have all these quality of life, convenient, this is easier decision. What's the point? Like, you got The Sims, and those games, they might have objectives, and you call them games. But to me, it doesn't feel like a game, and I don't say that to, like, snub them or act like they're beneath. I think they're fine if you like them. But it doesn't feel like a game to me. Excuse me. Excuse all my snoring. No, you need the obstacles. You need problems to solve. It makes it funner. Makes it feel like, you know, a game. You need limitations, right? It's like football. You know, you got a ball, you set up some rules, and because of this limitations, they make all these plays and they develop a playbook and they gotta be creative. Games need that. You gotta be limited. So it's not just a matter of what's easier for the player. The easiest thing for the player would be to do nothing. You can watch a movie at that point. And, yeah, a lot of people, they put in their game, and I'm not dogging them, but it's like you prioritize watching this more than actually setting up gameplay. It's like, I don't know. That works for some things really well. But then sometimes you just want to play a game. And that's what older games are good for. Like, there's a big cultural difference you can feel when you play older games compared to modern games. And maybe you just like to feel that culture, that time period's culture. But there's also just, and they do make new stuff that's just, you know, it is just a game. I don't know. Sometimes, like, even playing God of War Ragnarok, if you compare it to the Greek trilogy, the Greek saga, like, even with all the cinema they put in there, or whatever you want to call it, all the little cutscenes and stuff, they just feel way different. Like, God of War 4 and Ragnarok, they're really heavy-handed. And every time you're walking, you hear that shit. You hear about the story, and it's like, goddamn, I just want to play a goddamn game sometimes. And I don't mind a little bit of cinematics, a little bit of cutscene, reading, banter. I don't mind it. But it seems like that's prioritized over everything. It annoys me sometimes. I will not be playing, you know, like God of War Ragnarok, even if it was short. And it's not a bad game. And God of War 4 is not a bad game. But like, if you happen to be here, you want to watch someone being annoyed by something? I don't know. One and done. It's a one and done game. Yeah, we'll save you real quick, lady. Getting shit kicked out of you by them Yetis. So no, I won't be playing those on here. Another big game that I won't be playing on here is Elden Ring. Now I like From Software stuff. You know, I beat all their other games a lot of times. But I don't know, Elden Ring, that's a one and done for me. I tried to beat it twice, but it just ain't it for me. It's not a bad game. I mean, it had its points. But boy, I just don't think of it fondly. I think, why? Cool to see From Software. His name's bigger than ever. Compared to back when I was playing Demon Souls and nobody was talking about it. And then Dark Souls, they getting a little more attention, but it wasn't until Dark Souls 2 that I've seen some bigger names talk about it more. And then I think Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 for sure. I mean, they're up there in their popularity. But nothing beats those old Demon Souls, Dark Souls days for me. Okay. And I don't, like, they can't make games like that no more, right? Like, the team's different, the time's different. How FromSoft feels about boss design has definitely not like what it was back then. You know, they have a certain path they went down. And, what the hell was I talking about this for? Oh, one and done games. So yeah, Elden Ring, popular game. I'm not gonna be playing that. I'll consider Night right now. Solo. I don't know, I played Night Rain for like 40 minutes solo, and I thought it was alright. But that's not a lot of time to see what those bosses would be like. You're gonna die, lady. Oh, I gave you the big rejuvenation on accident. Oh, God damn it. You know, a lot of people like Elden Ring. They like it quite a bit. That's cool. Yeah, you wonder why.
Afternoon.
Is it because it's difficult? And some people will say, yeah, but you know, from what I've seen, and you know, a lot of people just kind of squeeze around the difficulty. And is that the fun of it? Because if you want, like, if you just want difficult stuff, you wouldn't be using all that shit it gives you, and you wouldn't be saying stuff like, well, yeah, if the game gives it to me, of course, why not? Why won't I use it? Like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I'm not using whatever tools the game gives you, but you know, using all the tools and actually enjoying like a difficult game, those are different things. That guy's fast as shit. You can look at a game like Shadows Die Twice, and you know, there's not really much you can do
Greetings.
to just melt the boss or have an easy time with the boss. You just gotta kind of learn it. Cuphead's the same way. Now, I played on, I forget the difficulty. I didn't know there's a simple mode. I don't know how much easier that is, but I don't imagine it's that much easier. But no, I don't think difficulty's in quite as much as people make it out to be. Elden Ring's smart because for people who want that, they're gonna get it. And for people who don't, there's a lot of ways around it. FromSoft has always been pretty good at that. You have the people who play a game like Bloodborne, and you know, they're summon up, they'll get the strongest gems, they'll get the strongest stuff. They'll make it through, right? You got people like me who don't summon no one, I make it through. Or I've done like no vial, no HUD runs, I make it through. And then you got people who take it even further, and they're going through all the chalices at level 4. Which I'm not doing any of that shit. But the games, it feels like they're made to where you can just do that. Whereas, like Skyrim, I mean, you know what I mean? It's not like you can get good at the action in a way it don't matter what you're using. Right? You can, like, get a lot of enchanted gear and become a high-level alchemist and handle a bunch of stuff on harder difficulties, but that's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. Ah, stay dead. People never learn. Level me up. Probably. What time is it? Well, this says 29:27, but we know we started late, so probably in the 40-minute range. Probably save this woman, and we'll call it there. And maybe I'll try for another video. I'd definitely like to get it all done. So what we want to do, since those Yetis are so quick, man. We gotta make a safety net. We don't want them getting close because they do that charge shit, right? Hit them where it hurts. We want to lure these guys out. There's a big ass mob of them in there. nasty mob. Alright. Alright, no, don't go. Lady. Don't be a hero. This works good for me. It's like fighting Mephisto all over again. Looks like they're tethered to their leader. Frozenstein. Shit. Whatever. Bunk. These aren't as quick as the last one. They're beating the shit out of her over there. Shoot back. Frozenstein.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is what I pay you for, lady. Alright, a little close for my comfort. Bitch. I don't want none of that. Damn it. Alright. Ooh. Look at that. And that. And her. What a creep, huh?
So,
Let's get our resistance boost. I'm dying over here.
you have to thank me.
Yeah. What did you give me? Alright. Apparently my PS5 is too hot. It's a hot day today. So, see you later. Bye-bye.